Welcome everyone. We're really excited today to announce the Appian World Hackathon for 2018. I'm joined here with April DelFavero, who's our Senior Director of Events Marketing for Appian. Welcome, April.
Hey Malcolm, thanks for having me today. I'm really excited to be here.
We're really excited to be talking about Appian World, and I thought I'd just kick it off by letting you tell us a little bit about what's going on at Appian World and some of the exciting events we have going on.
Okay, yeah, thank you. We have such an exciting program planned. I am thrilled, first of all. We are going to be in sunny Miami Beach at the beautiful Fontainebleau Resort. It is an iconic hotel, and they're going to host a fabulous program for us, April 23rd through the 25th. Weather will be perfect, of course. You can't beat Miami in that time frame. We have a really exciting week and an amazing lineup of speakers. And one of the speakers that I personally am really excited about, and I know that all of our conference attendees are really looking forward to seeing, is Steve Wozniak. I mean, talk about a legend. I think he's going to really add a lot to our agenda this year. And be a fabulous addition to the program.
Yeah, especially getting his insights around, pretty much inventing the personal computer. It's amazing insights from Steve Wozniak during the conference, but there must be more going on than just Steve, right? We can't all get a chance to meet Steve. I know we'll announce that in a minute around the Hackathon special participation. So what else, though, is going on at Appian World?
Yep, that's a great question. Although I'm personally excited to meet Steve, I have to throw that in there. So lots of exciting elements to the program. 3-day conference. We're going to kick off with some really special sessions that we have going on. The hands-on innovation labs, we're actually hosting these on Monday as kind of a pre-conference precursor to some of the other great content you're going to get. Malcolm, I know your team, hard at work on building the program here.
And of course, blockchain is going to be a big part of that, but we also have innovation labs focused on Internet of Things, where all the participants will actually get Amazon Dash buttons to participate in the innovation lab itself. And secondly, or thirdly, we're going to have an artificial intelligence session, how to incorporate AI algorithms into your Appian product designs.
All the hot topics that I know all of our listeners are eager to be able to join and get their hands on. What else is going on? I would be remiss if I didn't talk about the welcome reception. So not only is the venue going to be great, we're bringing everyone to sunny Miami. We want everyone to actually enjoy the scenery as well. But the welcome reception will be really the official kickoff of the conference. It's an amazing networking opportunity. Our valued partners will be there. All of our customers, our industry practice leaders will be there. So it's really the place for all of our delegates to make sure they're connecting, they're meeting their peers, maybe friends that you've met at previous Appian World conferences, reconvene here, plan out your week, plan out how you're going to spend the next few days. So
now I see a giant pool. Should I bring my swimsuit?
We're asking everyone to please leave their swimsuits at home for this particular activity. But perhaps later on when you have some free time after you've had your welcome reception and maybe your dinner, you could come back and enjoy the pool.
Awesome.
The other element, this is something new we're doing at Appian World this year. It is our 5K run, and it's actually sponsored by our Appian Women group here. So we're really excited to add this onto the agenda. It will be Tuesday morning, so a great way to start your day before you come to the conference keynote that Matt Calkins, our CEO, will actually be kicking off. But the 5K run will take place on Tuesday. We're really excited about it. It's going to be a really cool way to kick the day off. Perez Art Museum. I don't know if our listeners are familiar with this venue, but it is a really cool modern art museum. So our conference party on Tuesday evening will actually be here. So a little bit of a change of scenery. We've been in sessions all day. We've heard inspiring keynotes. We want to give everyone a chance to unwind in a really cool environment. So we'll take everyone over to the PAMM, the Perez Art Museum. We'll have amazing food. There'll be some really cool exhibits set up inside that all of our attendees can take advantage of and visit. And then we will have a band. But I can't tell you anymore. You have to wait to actually come to the party.
All right, so you have to be there to actually discover it. Cool.
Be there.
Well, let's transition also to the meat of today's content here, which is the Appian World Hackathon. We're really excited. And of course, April's been really important in organizing that. But in this session, let's talk a little bit about the details of what our hackathon participants can actually expect to see when they jump in. So first, let's think about, well, what exactly is the challenge here? So the challenge, of course, is just building a functioning app on the Appian platform. Existing apps are welcome. So if you've been working on the Appian platform for a long time, have some existing technologies invested in, we'll certainly allow you to also submit those as long as they've been extended inside the hackathon period, which we'll get to in a second.
Okay, so this is great. I know everyone will be really excited about this, and think about what apps they can actually submit. But where's the fine print? I'm sure there's more details.
It is pretty open-ended. It seems pretty simple. Building a functioning app on Appian. If I use quick apps, I could do that in 5 minutes. Do a submission. Well, the challenge is you might not win. Of course, this is a competition, and we have some pretty important judges lined up also for the hackathon. Of course, featuring Steve Wozniak, who's not only going to give us a great presentation on Wednesday at the conference, but also is actively going to participate in the hackathon judging, and will be spending one-on-one time with the hackathon finalist participants. Also have John Reimer there, who's going to be a VP Principal Analyst of Forrester Research, and Alan Schimmel, the Editor-in-Chief of DevOps.com.
And I'm assuming we have some Appian judges as well?
Probably, because Steve Wozniak, although he is a great innovator, has not actually built an app on Appian yet. So we're going to need some Appian judges, and those, of course, are going to be Mike Beckley, our Chief Technology Officer, Lang Lee, Vice President of Strategy for Appian, myself, VP Product Marketing for Appian, and Jorge Sanchez, Director of Product Strategy. So we'll actually be making the initial selection before the finalist criteria go into the Appian World event on the 23rd through 25th in April.
Okay, that's great. So, this was my next question.
So how do I get started?
Exactly.
Well, if you missed the announcements at the 18.1 product announcement webinar, we actually started on February 7th. So you can go right now, start work on your application, and get ready to submit that. The only challenge is you must submit that by March 27th, 2018 by 5 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. We will not accept submissions after that, to be fair to all the participants. So get your developer chops on right now, spin up your Appian instance, and get working.
I better get started.
Yeah, more than a quick app though. Of course, we got some great prizes lined up as well. First place prize can be $5,000. Second place, $3,000. Third place, $2,000. And we know a lot of the participants this year are also going to be probably practitioners and partners of the Appian platform. So we have some special promotions lined up for you. So if you are submitting as maybe one of our partner implementers, we will take your solution. We will feature on Appian.com. We will feature on Appian App Market, at Appian Community. And for those special winners as well, we'll be, of course, having special promotion opportunities with webinars, blogs, and press releases. If you'd like to see exactly what opportunities are, I encourage you to check out the rules and the registration page of the exact prizes.
That's great. So cash and fame?
Yeah.
I'm in.
I know. I'm remiss that I can't actually participate because I'm a judge. Next year. So how do you get started? Appian.devpost.com. We're really excited to have a third-party hackathon management company called DevPost, who actually manages worldwide hackathons. You're not just going to be participating against the usual suspects of Appian practitioners, but you're going to be up against the hundreds of thousands of people registered in the DevPost community who also are going to be possibly submitting contributions to the Appian Hackathon. The great thing is, though, if you aren't enabled to start building an Appian, you could register at appian.devpost.com, receive a free 2-month trial of the full application platform. So that's, of course, through the appian.com free trial. You'll see an instant access code, and you can get that instant access code only by registering at appian.devpost.com.
That's exciting. And then, to your point, there's a 2-month free. Yeah, this is perfect.
It's exactly what you need. So, I guess that's it. What else is there?
I bet our listeners have a lot more questions, but I'd say something that's the most important at the top of everyone's mind. Do they need to be present at Appian World in Miami to actually participate? Good
question. Yeah, this is going to be an online hackathon, meaning that anyone who builds solutions, you can do this at the comfort of your home, and you don't actually have to go to Appian World to actually participate or even win the prizes. But if you would like to go to Appian World, or if you choose not to, rather, you're going to miss out on the opportunity to meet Steve Wozniak in person, of course. But yes, we will have finalists who possibly cannot be physically present at the show. Okay. And then, Malcolm, should teams participate? Is it individual? What's the rule there? Good question. Yeah, we are going to allow both teams and individuals to participate. So you're welcome to go form your crack development team of 5 or 10 Appian developers, put together an awesome solution. But of course, we are going to ask you to declare all team members who actually participated in the development And we're going to make sure that that $5,000, if you win, is going to be distributed across those team members. We're not going to give $5,000 to every single person here.
Very important point to make. Okay, that's good to know. Talk to me a little bit about the judging.
Sure. So we're going to have multiple rounds of judging. The first round is going to start right at March 27th at 5 p.m. at the submission deadline. Our Appian judges are going to jump in and actually look at every single submission. All that judging plans to be done by April 13th, at which we will notify the finalists. So if you're going to be a finalist, we're going to give you a 10-day notice before the Appian World event to whether let you know if you need to be there at the event to possibly meet Steve Wozniak and participate in the final selection judging as well.
Okay, that's great. Yeah, so that'll give everyone, all of our listeners, plenty of time if they are one of those lucky finalists to make their plans and actually get down to Miami. So, okay, that's perfect. What about existing applications? Can those be submitted?
Yeah, I mentioned that before, that existing applications can be considered, but there is a caveat there that needs to be understood, is that we will be judging solely based on what has been updated. So you can't just take that application that does all these awesome things you already built and then simply submit it. We're going to ask you to declare what was actually built before the February 7th date, and then we will be judging what was done inside the actual online hackathon period.
Okay, that's perfect. That makes sense. I'm assuming there's probably more fine prints. There always is, right?
Yeah.
Where do I get that? How do I learn more?
I had an education on this as well. There's some of the crazy rules countries in Brazil and Quebec have around participating in hackathons. So if you are interested in the rules, again, go to appian.devpost.com/rules, and that's where you'll see the detailed rules and also the prizes and awards and special promotions available in participating in the hackathon. We are, of course, excluding country participants. So like I mentioned, Brazil, Quebec have some weird rules, and of course any of those other countries that don't have relations with the United States.
Okay, that makes sense. Thanks for that detail. One question. What is the judging criteria? We have this esteemed panel of these expert judges. What are they looking for?
Yeah, we have 3 criteria that we're just going to give the judges, but it is relatively open-ended. And the first criteria is the quality of the idea. So we want to understand where the idea manifested, what type of business solution it's trying to solve, and how well thought out it is. The second criteria is going to be around the implementation of that idea. So really looking at the application design, the architecture of the solution, making sure it's well put out and well laid out, and following best practices of the Appian platform. And then finally, what is the potential impact of that idea? When you're thinking about building that hackathon submission, think about the business impact, or maybe the cultural impact or community impact you hope to achieve with that solution. That's certainly going to also be part of the judging. And you might find also with some of those judges, like Steve Wozniak, who aren't as familiar with the implementation of Appian, but will be looking at more at, say, the quality and the potential impact of the idea in their judging criteria.
Okay, that's really helpful. Thank you for talking about that. So Malcolm, this is great. Super excited about this. But just so I'm clear, and so our listeners are clear, when will the winners actually be announced?
Yeah, good question. You don't want to miss that as far as the actual finalist presentation. Wednesday, April 25th at 3:15 p.m., that's when Steve Wozniak and Michael Beckley are going to give the presentation to the award winners. So if you are a finalist, you want to put that date down, don't want to miss it. We'll also have a special activities to individually meet with Steve Wozniak before that presentation event for all the hackathon finalist presenters.
Okay, that's great. Gosh, it's going to be so exciting.
Yeah.
I'm really looking forward to it.
So am I. We're looking forward to those submissions as well. So I encourage you, don't delay. Appian.devpost.com. Register for that free trial as well and get started right away. And of course, don't miss out on Appian World. Any final points on Appian World?
Yeah, Appian World, the main event, right? So again, I encourage all of our listeners today, make sure that you're planning your travel, you're getting registered, you're completing all of that activity. You want to make sure that you're getting your room with the Fontainebleau. Beautiful hotel. You definitely want to get your room secured there, and make sure it's on your calendar. Make sure you're telling your colleagues. Invite them as well. There's plenty of content, plenty of sessions. For everyone. Depending on what your role is. We want you to bring your whole team. So make sure you're registering. AppianWorld.com is the event site where you can go. You can see the agenda. You can register, book your hotel, and do everything from that one-stop shop. So I encourage you to do that today.
Awesome. We will see you in Miami on the 23rd. Thank you, April.
Thanks, Malcolm.